Fire Emblem Engage features special power-ups called Emblem Rings, which house the spirits of iconic heroes from previous games to give your characters a boost in combat. They provide many bonuses, from passive skills and stat boosts to powerful ultimate attacks, and your units can even inherit certain skills to use even when using a different ring.
There's my opening!
Thanks to certain skill modifiers that change depending on the unit type, there's no wrong way to pair up your team with different emblem rings, as each character can usually get something different out of engaging with any ring. That said, we found certain combinations of pairings between units and emblem rings to work very well in battle, including good secondary skills to inherit. Here are some of our picks for the best emblem ring pairings.
Have at you!
As the first emblem ring you gain, Marth is the most standard emblem, providing a great offensive boost for any unit. Many of Marth's skills focus on forging a path in combat with high avoidance and the ability to regen health, and his Lodestar Rush attack can wear down even the toughest foes. Marth is a natural fit for the Divine Dragon due to their reliance on swords, but will also pair well with any fighter designated as a backup unit type like Diamant, or even covert units that will benefit from all the extra avoidance. Units with Emblem Marth equipped should probably invest in inheriting stat boosting skills from other emblems like plus strength, Vantage to increase their ability to survive on their own healing, and dual assist for backup types. As the only hero to appear on horseback, Emblem Sigurd is a natural fit for other riders, and makes a great shock trooper for being the first to crash into groups of enemies and clear a path for the rest of your team. While any unit can make use of Sigurd's whopping +5 movement and the ability to move after an action, cavalry units will gain an extra +2 movement on top of that, which is a huge factor in Sigurd's momentum skill, which adds damage for each space moved before attacking. This will make any mounted unit, like Alfred or Vander, as well as flying units like Chloe, a master of hit-and-run combat, able to charge from a great distance to slam into foes or clear an entire line with Sigurd's override move, and then dash back to safety. Units paired with Sigurd often trade better accuracy and power for less avoidance, so you may want to invest in defense stat boosts, or arms, shield, or gentility to take less damage overall. One of the few magically oriented units, Celica is another shock trooper that can wreak havoc on units from practically anywhere on the map thanks to her Warp Ragnarok ability, just so long as you don't leave her vulnerable to counterattacks. Nearly all of her skills make magic attacks hit incredibly hard, even more so when paired with mystical units like Selene or Clan, though most flyers or even Royal Knights can also benefit as long as their magic stat is decent. Between Resonance and Holy Stance requiring some health to be lost, it may be worth planning to inherit extra health or Healing Light to also heal the user when using staves. Another magic-oriented hero, Micaiah is very much a support-oriented emblem compared to Celica's explosive power. Even without engaging, any unit equipped with her ring can use basic staves to help heal allies, which can turn any unit into a pocket healer or teleporter if you find yourself overwhelmed. Still, she's best paired with key adept healers like Fram or Jean initially to bolster their staff range and effect, and later on can still be used well by any supporting unit or mage not on the front lines, largely thanks to her great sacrifice that acts as a full team heal, but puts the unit in a vulnerable position as a result. As a support, any number of skills can make good picks to inherit, including plus magic or tome precision if you want to make use of her magic, or settle with Divine Pulse to hit more reliably with offensive staves. A heavy-hitting emblem, Roy is another shock trooper hero that excels at leading the attack and holding the line with his explosive Blazing Lion move that lights a huge area on fire. Just make sure your other units don't get caught in the blast. Skills like Hold Out and Rise Above will increase your survivability and make him a natural fit for any melee fighter, though dragons and mystics can expand the range of his fires too. Armored units may also benefit greatly from increased HP and being able to hold the line of fire by themselves, and the advanced skill will allow them that much more movement range to attack foes normally out of reach.
That was a fierce battle.
Given Roy's ability to survive normally lethal attacks, you can lean in on the danger by inheriting skills such as Wrath, resolve, or vantage to keep your health low and still punish the battlefield, but it may also be worth investing in some basic plus defense. The Sage Lord Leif has two main uses: a sparring partner to use in the arena to quickly give out weapon proficiency in several categories to help your units promote into various classes, and an extremely flexible fighter that can overpower many types of foes. Between arms, shield, and adaptable, units that can carry multiple melee weapon types will get the biggest boost from Leif, so you may want to consider promoting a Lord or find someone to become a great knight, warrior, or hero. Regardless of your loadout, quadruple hit will ensure any target you face will be in for a beating, and it's great for taking out tough monsters and bosses alike. Depending on who you assign with Leif, there's plenty of options for other skills to inherit. Divine Pulse will help land hits no matter which weapon you swap out, while Wrath pairs nicely with Vantage. Lyn is an incredibly deadly emblem to unleash, both at long and close range due to her main abilities. Astro Storm can let you snipe bosses and other problem enemies at long range, and can be especially useful to pick off flyers or archers from a distance. Meanwhile, Call Doubles surrounds the unit with mirror images that will automatically assist in chain attacks, and can be surprisingly useful baiting enemies into being counterattacked. Any units like flyers, archers, or thieves that value speed will gain even more of it thanks to the Speed Taker skill, and when mixed with Alacrity will turn them into death dealers that rarely get attacked back. There's plenty of good options for other skills to inherit, as flyers and mounted archers can utilize Canter or Momentum for even more damaging hit-and-run attacks, and having Perceptive or plus Avoid will let you dodge damage on the rare occasions Alacrity doesn't take out your opponent before they can retaliate. Fans of Fire Emblem Awakening will immediately recognize Lucina's ability for anyone paired with her to be able to assist in dual attacks, and can also use her ultimate ability to summon every ally nearby to dogpile on your target. This makes her an essential frontline attacker, and can also help defend other frontline allies with Bonded Shield. Early on, her dual assist skill is vital for characters like Boucheron and Diamond to help out with any attacks made in range of them, but later in the game, it's often better to pair her with Dual Strike with someone who isn't a backup unit. We recommend an archer that can further empower her legendary bow and bow skills like Alchrist, Etier, or Fogado. Any unit paired with Lucina can benefit from inheriting almost anything else. If not an archer, you might want to invest in other weapon agility or precision skills to increase hit and avoidance, along with Speed Taker or Alacrity if using lighter weapons. One of the biggest powerhouse fighters, Ike excels at soaking up damage and dishing it out, which is literally what his Great Ether move is all about, but you'll need to anticipate and survive the enemy charge for it to work. This means any strong frontline fighter with a good bit of defense, including Aaliyah, are a great pair-up with Ike, but they can also support others as well. Any unit paired with Ike should likely have high HP or defense, like Tamara, Aaliyah, Louis, or Jade to name a few, as the more they can survive, the more damage they'll deal thanks to Wrath and Resolve. If you want to try playing it safe, invest in the Unyielding skill to get some health back to offset the damage you'll likely take, though you can also get more risky when intentionally losing health to trigger Ike's skills by also getting Vantage. Pair Up can also reduce the chance of getting overwhelmed by chain attacks when charging up Great Ether. More of a utility hero than anything else, Byleth can be a welcome addition to practically any unit due to the wide range of modifiers for each unit type. Every unit type will get a different special weapon, as well as being able to imbue allies with different stats. Since Byleth's ultimate ability is a dance that allows multiple units to move again, it's best to pair up with a unit you plan to keep behind the front lines that can either attack, instruct, or dance depending on your needs.
Should I have held back?
Having a key adept healer like Jean or a support flyer is a strong pick, so they can perform other support needs until you activate their goddess dance. As a support unit, you can choose any number of skills to inherit. If you're picking a healer character, it's probably a good idea to get Healing Light and Staff Mastery to increase their effectiveness, though adjacent skills like Quality Time or Reposition can also help. Another utility hero that can also pack a real punch, Corrin is another emblem that provides interesting bonuses for any unit type you pair them up with, thanks to the nature of their terrain-altering Dragon Vein. These could be anything from obstructions to fire, debuffing water to mist, or stone pillar cover, so any option has its merit. Her torrential roar can also debilitate several units at once, and you may want to consider pairing her with a covert unit like Eirika to stack poison debuffs with her dreadful aura, and create mist cover for your allies on demand. Like Byleth, depending on the unit you pair with Corrin, there's many options to help complement her skills. A thief, for instance, can benefit from moves like Alacrity or Speed Taker. The 12th emblem hero to join your team has a hidden talent: the ability to swap between two different heroes who have their own set of skills. Eirika's Lunar Brace and Gentility absorbs damage while puncturing defensive units, while swapping to a frame will grant you healing attacks and increased damage. And Engaging will combine the traits along with a very powerful attack which is perfect for taking down extremely tough monsters and boss enemies. Due to this, it's advised to find a tough melee fighter like Louis or Jade who can wade through powerful enemies and heal themselves back up while piercing armor. If paired with an armored unit, it's not a bad idea to further increase their defense or HP, and also invest in weapon power skills to further increase their damage. As a final note, it's also worth pointing out that if you have someone you want to get more support ranks with other characters, consider inheriting Corrin's Quality Time or Byleth's Lost and Found to bond with adjacent units faster than you would otherwise. Be sure to also check out our 20 essential Fire Emblem Engage tips and tricks and our comprehensive guide. And for everything else Fire Emblem, stick with IGN.
Whatever it is. I had to stop.